Welcome everybody to Solaris VII. Everything is fine. I just broke Discord. Nope, that's not what. Okay, well, I can't. There we go. Unbroke Discord. Okay. Welcome everybody to Solaris VII, episode 9. I will be your game master. My name is Sam Leonard, and I have some players.
My name is Zer, playing Arnstein Elden, the Space Viking mechanic.
I am Hegemon Lur. I'm playing Caleb Archer, a very tired mech pilot after a very long day.
And I am Heath. I am playing Bob, who has no clue what to do next.
I'm Eastborn, playing Marina Haffa, the field surgeon and possibly sniper.
I mean, you've only failed because you weren't here. We'll go with that.
Right.
And it was convenient
Still
for the
fun.
plot.
Yeah.
All right, so where we left off last time, somebody had just received a text message, and I am going to do that.
All right, so it was Caleb got the text message. He picks up his phone, looks at it, says run. He says, run? I don't run anything, and rolls over and closes his eyes again.
All right, if that
Then
is
after seconds or so, sort of panic shoots up straight out of bed. Run! Oh crap! And heads to the door and starts pounding on Arnstein's door for a few seconds, and then Marina's and Bob's as well.
Okay. Could I get a notice roll from you, Caleb, Arnstein, Marina, Bob? You guys can hear or not the door as you choose.
Notice plus wisdom.
Yeah, what was the...
Caleb? It's notice plus wisdom.
Oh,
Hey, that's good enough. You get a another text. Caleb, SWAT 9 minutes and 9 minutes minus.
All right. Has anybody heard my knocking? I'm just going back and forth from door to door.
Yeah, everybody can have heard it if they. I guess your character up to your characters.
Tirely opening the door mid hammer, so the fist actually goes past where the door would have been.
bonk.
Gunk. What?
We got to move.
You're met at gunpoint. What? Who's it? Where?
We got SWAT incoming, and I duck back into my apartment to start gearing up.
Okay.
Probably hear that just as I open the door, and I'll do the same.
Well, Arnstein's turning around, digging out the flak vest, which he hasn't been using for a few days. Just, oh, gods, not this again, and just gears up with whatever he thinks he needs.
I gear up with everything. I go running to the commander's door.
Okay.
I pound on it very, very vigorously.
Okay. So, I'll come back to you when my timer says that she responds.
Uh-oh.
I have. Yep. Anyway, so Chelsea Scarzy, the Jenner pilot, pokes her head out of her room at all the commotions as you guys are like getting out into the hallway, and she's just blinking at you. What is going on? About this time, the commander opens the door to her room, looks at you, says, okay.
I say SWAT, need more ammo and guns, and I run down to the conference room where I seen the stash of stuff the last time we were down there.
So,
Obviously, I'm fully kitted out. You know, as I'm
Yep.
sitting there running,
So
I put my flak vest on.
She like
I
takes
got
10 seconds, blinks at you, and hits a button, and the fire alarms in the building go off.
yes. There we go.
So she is headed out the door. Anyway, Chelsea's looking at you guys who rushing around, and then the fire alarms go off, and she ducks back into her room, and then comes back out a few moments later. Her brother's like blearily coming out, just stumbling down, and the rest of the mech warriors start heading down the stairs. Caleb, you get a third text. It says 5.
As I'm running down the stairs, I say 5 minutes.
You guys can hear. Actually, no, you wouldn't hear, because they want to come in with surprise. All right.
Do I notice Bob and Tai going to the conference room thingy when I go down the stairs?
Tai is not going in the conference room. She is. You probably, as you're rushing down the stairs, you see her in like a leather jacket, and she's got probably a holdout pistol underneath her jacket, and she is out the door, texting furiously.
Quick question: how corrupt is the police force here on the Solaris VII?
Very.
Okay.
It's as corrupt as they come.
Arnstein's just gonna ask into the air. Back door, alleyways, running away. As he starts moving.
I mean,
that way.
why would they come here? I'll ask.
I'd rather have a mech around me.
You guys don't keep these mechs in a crash launch. Like, you're not a combat unit.
So how long would a startup take?
Normal one would take an hour. You can, if you cut out a bunch of the stuff, could probably take a half an hour. You think you could get one walking in 10 minutes. Just by the clock on your phone, you have about 3.5 minutes left.
Okay, so I imagine Tai's not coming into the conference room.
Nope.
To get me more guns.
She is.
Okay.
She is gone. Stanislav is like, you see the parade of mech warriors headed out, and they're all checking their phones, and most of them are out the door and gone.
Yep. Arnstein,
Following
you
'em.
take the lead. We'll backdoor it.
Okay.
Out the back door between the ammo shed and whatever, and just find alleyways and snake away from the stable Valkyrie.
Okay, so Arnstein's in the lead. I would like you to give me a knowledge plus intelligence roll, please. 8, good enough. You duck in between buildings, and you guys start basically booking it away. And I'm gonna go ahead and pause that there. Within a couple minutes, you guys see like, you probably see at least one, big passenger van, all black. It's got that subtle like light bar in the front window and the back windows. Just scream past wherever you guys duck as it goes by. And then you hear in the far distance, the pop of breaching charges, and a whole lot of chaos going on behind you. But you have successfully gotten out of the building.
So, why are we running? Why would they invade our stable?
I'm going to send a text back to reply to Marcos and just one word, why?
He says, he sends you an address that is in a let's go ahead and move everybody to this map. He sends you an address that is just north of the Misfits. So actually it's in the same block as the Misfits. So yeah, right in there. Just north of their building. And he gives you time in an hour.
That's walking distance for sure, right?
You can get there in about an hour if you're walking, yeah.
Well, I tell everybody the address. I say I'm going to hoof it here.
Back roads.
Jogging alleyways, not walking main roads.
Yeah.
As you guys are moving, every once in a while you see a cop car go, like what you would normally consider a patrol car, like go screaming past, sirens blazing. They're headed toward the Valkyrie stable. Okay, so two things, Caleb. I realized after thinking about it for a while that the plus that I gave your contact is much too big. So I'm going to say that he burned a bunch of his goodwill in this and knocked that down to a +1.
All right.
Because the +3 is broken.
Yeah.
But I liked my +3.
I know.
The +3 was awesome.
It was. It's also per the stats that this game has broken. All right, so you guys, after about an hour, arrive. This is a karaoke bar, like the kind that has, like, it's small building. You enter into it. It's got a front desk and a bunch of basically soundproofed rooms. And as you guys walk in, the guy behind the bar looks at your group and tosses you basically a key card. The Think Hotel with a magnetic strip on it, and he goes, "Room 4. Your friend's already here."
Arnstein just nods deeply, like half bow, half nod, and goes to room 4.
On our way to room 4, I'm going to the very first door I see on the right.
Yep.
I'm going to open it, see if it's unlocked.
There are two closed doors and 6 open doors. You think the closed ones are occupied and the open ones are not. So, the room number 4 is occupied and room number 8 is occupied.
Okay. So I don't see anybody else in the hallways or in the empty rooms as we walk by them.
No, there's nobody around. You see staff. Like you see there was a person who was at the front desk. There's somebody walking around doing, all the make work that retail people always have to do when there's not enough for them to be doing their normal job. Sweeping, cleaning, some stuff like that.
So as we get close to the door, I'm going to put a hand on Arnstein's shoulder and says, "Hold up a second," and then ask for the key card. And then I'm going to swipe the card, stand next to the door, and push it open.
Okay. You do so. It swings open with a creak and nothing happens. You peek your head around and you see your friend sitting with a just sitting at the thing. He's got like he's got a song list pulled up on the karaoke machine, but other than it playing in the background, you don't see like any food on the table, and you don't hear anything else.
All right, I'll step on in and say, "Hey, Marco, imagine seeing you here."
I know. I just love karaoke on a whatever day of the week this is. Wednesday?
Thursday.
Thursday. Just love
Thursday
karaoke.
night. Be Thursday night.
Just love karaoke on late on a Thursday night. You know, after a long day of woodworking, I think it just cleans the soul. And as the door clicks behind the last of you entering, he just rolls his eyes and takes a deep breath. It's like deep, heavy sigh.
All right, so what are we looking at?
I want you to know that I had to burn, like, when I heard that going over the radio, I had to burn some goodwill at the office to find out where that was going. I'm sorry I didn't give you more time. That it took me 20 minutes to figure out that they were setting to you guys. So I don't have a lot of information for you. Somebody called in a terrorists had holed themselves up at the Valkyries. NSI had holed themselves up at Valkyrie Stable, had shot everybody everybody in the place had been killed, and they were currently working on getting the mechs fired up.
Wait, that didn't happen at all.
Yes, that's
Well, good.
I mean, if it had happened, then Caleb wouldn't have gotten my message and wouldn't have lost anything. So, you know, I don't know who called in SWAT.
Well, good thing we didn't go for our mechs then.
Yeah,
got
that
ugly.
would have been hard to explain.
Yeah.
So they didn't, as far as I can tell, they didn't think you guys were NSI. But they were gonna go in. They were going in for Bear.
Yeah, there were some explosions in the background. Pops.
Probably door breaching charges, I would think.
Probably.
Anybody want to bet whether my Thunderbolt's arm is still attached when we get back?
They're going to take it as evidence.
I'll just borrow yours, Bob. You don't need that TV stand anyway.
Hey. Back off my entertainment center, okay?
Einstein just
So-
rubs his eyes and just sort of quietly queries, "Where's the nearest computer? I need to do some work."
Well, I don't think that's what you mean, but he points at the little console on the thing that we can play music.
Hardwired to the actual internet?
Give me a hack roll, please. Hacking plus intelligence, or programming plus intelligence. Strangely enough, or like, it's got to tell some server somewhere what songs have been playing. So there is a landline connecting this computer. Like, it's built in, so there's a landline connecting this computer to the network of this world.
'Cause I don't need the interface of the computer. I need the connectivity. Because I'm gonna sit down, pull up my pad, and figure out some way to plug it into the network and start looking at bulls and anything I can figure out about them.
The bulls, okay, so there's a lot of public information about all of the main mech stables. The bulls are one of them. They are a they try to focus as much as they can on urban warfare type scenarios. So if you get them into like a cityscape combat, they tend to do really well. If it's like open fields, they tend to do less well. They're tend toward heavier mechs, so they don't have, like, you guys have a scout, basically a scout lance, a fast attack lance, and a assault lance. They have two assault essentially lances and a mobility, like lots of mechs with jump jets, but generally speaking they have, I think, I need to give them a full workup. They have 2 assault mechs, 6 heavies, 2 assaults, 7 heavies, and 3 mediums.
And I'm also going to go deeper and darker.
Okay.
Like the getting into servers they own and stuff. Ornstein's in hack mode.
Okay. Roll back around that to just a minute.
I'm gonna, once we kind of got the little initial, I'm gonna roll out, kind of downsize some of my gear in the room. Roll out, and I'm gonna go to the bar and grab some drinks, non-alcoholic. No, we'll grab 10 beers.
Okay. Yeah. Absolutely.
Make it look like we're here for a good time, not for anything else. We're here. Have some beers. Possibly order some food. Ask for a menu.
Yep.
And then just kind of roll back in.
They go, yeah. Menus on the computer, on the music thing in your room. And he also hands you a hard copy. And here's your beers, and so hands you beers. It is, I named them. This place only accepts C-bills and Merrick money. And I forget what we called the Merrick money. Currency. Merrick is, basically even shot, so one C-bill, so 10 beers would be about 50 C-bills.
I will hand them 100.
Okay.
And just inform them that I might want more later. And we might be expecting some other friends to show up, so if somebody comes looking for us, just go ahead. We're trying to play a joke on them. Tell them that we've already left, and then we'll be back in an hour. And then let us know so we can throw the surprise for them. A little bit of a surprise party kind of going on.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. He takes your money, hands you your beers.
Rick is New Texas. They use Lone Starbucks.
Really?
Lone Star Bar.
Written down in the document I made at the very, very beginning.
I don't remember. Okay, well, I'm going to have to review that.
I think that's right. I'm looking through my notes. I think that might actually be right.
Lone Starbucks. Okay, well, we'll call them stars, because there's no way that somebody's going to use that long of a name for their currency.
I had Lone Star Bucks as well written down.
Okay.
But stars is fine.
Yeah, right here, Lone Star Bucks.
I am accepting what you guys are telling me. We're going to call it stars. Because, of course. Okay. I'll come back to the rest of this later. It's fine. No, it's 1 C-bill. Okay, yeah, 50. That's still right. 50 C-bills. It's actually a 9 stars to a C-bill. Anyway, neither here nor there.
I gave him 100 anyway.
Yeah, you gave him 100. He accepted 100. Yeah. Yeah, so you head back up to the room. Starpiece. Your contact, whose name? Marco. Gives you a quick rundown. He monitors. He has because he was in the police force. He has a basically a decrypted police scanner in his house, and he was, it's night, so he tends to like to listen to, police officers going here responding to murder or robbery or explosion or whatever. But it's not very often he hears a like full on SWAT, like they were calling in militarized SWAT. He says to you guys, like, usually first two vehicles on scene are MRAPs, basically armored personnel carriers, and then usually they have a couple of light mechs along. Usually, my brain just refuses to name a mech, so I gotta look one up. Usually, a spider or a Valkyrie. And if they need heavier response, then they'll grab, you know, anti-personnel heavy mechs will come in. Warhammer, anything that has machine guns, pretty much. But you know, they didn't find you guys there, so they're likely going to just ransack through the place, and hopefully your commander has real sweet talk. Otherwise, who knows how long you guys are gonna be shut out.
Well, that's not going to look good for me when they go through all the rooms.
Why?
I got a mech arm that has certain markings on it in my room.
He eyebrows. Oh, let me give him a roll.
Arnstein, while feverishly plotting on his pad. Yeah, the wasp that.
So you're where that arm went. Yeah, that's gonna be real hard to explain.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't expect it to be there when you got back.
Damn it.
Arnstein, what page is hacking on?
Oh, yeah, but I've got a search engine on my book.
Mm-hmm. I had it for last time.
I thought it was like 50 or 55.
Yeah, somewhere in there. Hey, hacking 54.
Haha.
Intelligence program. You are doing it to search. So we're trying to. I'm gonna say it's DC 8. So this is more. Can you find information? So intelligence plus program.
The specific question I want answered.
Okay.
Is the NSI based out of the Bulls stable?
That will be a higher DC to answer that question that specifically. But go ahead and roll your. Basically, get an 8 and I'll give you something. Get better than that and I will give you more. Okay, that's better than that. 12 is a extreme challenge, which is basically as good as you guys can ever expect to roll. So the Bulls are not the NSI is not based out of the Bulls stable. However, you find enough circumstantial evidence to say that the Bulls stable is the strike arm of, or at least involved with, NSI activities. Like, how do I want to put this? They are okay. They aren't the head. They aren't in charge of things, but they are definitely an arm of NSI, and you're certain that they're listed loadout of mechs and equipment is with the 12, they have more than that secreted away.
They're the brawn of NSI. Like NSI wants something done violently, send the bulls.
Well, if NSI needs mechs, send the bulls. Like, it is hard to on Solaris. If you're not a government agency, you don't see a lot of mechs running around, and they tend to be on the light end because they're fast. But there have been several instances where something big was blown up, and there's evidence that it was, like, a month or two back, there was like a power substation that was attacked and blown up, and NSI claimed credit for it. The news said, they they infiltrated the facility, planted a bunch of bombs, and then blew it up. Bringing back video of it, it looks a whole lot more like a bunch of mechs basically rolled over the buildings and just shot them to shreds and destroyed the like fast police response mechs that showed back up. Just like there were two, there was a Phoenix Hawk and on scene at the substation that got blown up. A police Phoenix Hawk and Enforcer were just shredded. And that was never... The news did a decent job of editing video so it didn't show up, but like there's still evidence. You guys can see pieces of them. And just reviewing the video right now, or reviewing the pictures and stuff right now, like heavy autocannon damage and so on and so forth hit this building. It wasn't somebody went in there and blew it up from the inside with a bunch of TNT.
Radically, Arnstein will just yell out information as he comes by it in his attempts to get more information, just taking downloads and whatever, and just sitting there talking to himself almost.
You have, I wouldn't say it incontrovertible with a 12. You have really good circumstantial and similar evidence of this that you can download. Getting that to an authority would be difficult because the provenance of the information is really poor.
If only I knew a guy related to the police.
Of course.
All right.
Question is, do we go with this, or do we actually try to figure out the brains of NSI?
I'm thinking we see if we can draw a little heat toward the bulls, and that may flesh out who they're working for. Marco, would you know anyone that you'd trust to actually do something with this intel?
He thinks about it real, like there's a dead serious expression on his face. And he says, go ahead and give me your contact roll for him. Charisma plus contact plus your bonus. I know somebody in the force that could possibly do something with this. The question is, what I don't know is, like, they have to have some contacts in the police as well. Like, you know, he kind of motions at himself. I'm nobody's special. But there's other retired police officers on this planet, and if they're that important to NSI, if they're as important to NSI as Arnstein said, they've got to have some level of protection. I could take this to somebody, but I don't know. Here's a thought.
Arnstein pipes up mid thought of Marco.
Yeah.
Protect. Huh. Who is on job and he I don't date, but the date of the wasp going amok. Who was on duty? Because there ought to have been responses to that.
That's he goes my contact, he might have been in charge of the like military is not the right word, heavy police response during that time. Like I don't know, I'd have to contact him. He might be involved, at which point, if I take this evidence to him, then I'm burned, and if I'm lucky, I am just cut out from my police contacts, and have to go to one of my safe houses. And if I'm less lucky, well, you guys wouldn't see me again. He'd be the only one I know that can get any. He'd be the only one I know who's likely to take it somewhere useful. I don't know 100% that I trust him.
So, dead end, one way or another.
Yeah, it's real. Speaking as a person who's been on this police force for my entire life, I trust the media way further than I trust the police to do the right thing, and you guys know how much I trust the media.
Now there's a thought. Anonymous tip sent to multiple. Oh, I got a better idea. I bet we can make a dime or two this way. I know a reporter or two. I could start a bidding war for some juicy intel on NSI.
He goes, yeah, well, that has some legs. I would suggest being somewhere safe with the drop off, if you want to give them this information, because they're going to want to see you. They're not just going to want anonymous information over the phone or an email of anonymous information. Yeah, no, get enough ears out there, or get enough eyes. How do I want to put it? Get the media online, give them a nice juicy story, and the police would be guilted into acting, if nothing else.
Yeah, I'm liking that. I'm going to start looking through my contact list, see who I know that might want a juicy story, and I'm definitely going to play up the auction angle.
Okay. Give me.
Before I do that, I'm going to say to Marco, I I'm amazed how well your woodworking business is doing, and just hand him 500 C-bills for his troubles.
He goes, yeah. Well, it was great hanging out with you guys. The room's rented for the rest of the night, so you can stay in here as long as you want. I'm gonna head back home. He gives a big fake yawn, just super tired, but have a wonderful rest of your Thursday night. He heads out.
Before you leave, oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the beers. Is there a sink in there somewhere?
There in this room? Sure.
Yeah.
We'll say there's a sink there.
Okay, I'm gonna empty the beers and I'm gonna hand them to Marco and say, "Hey, can you just drop these off and tell him to come check on us in about 20 minutes? We might need some more."
All right.
Just make it look like we're truly actually having a kind of a good party in there.
He heads out.
All right, looking back to my contact list.
I'm gonna need I know a guy roll.
Let's see, that's Connect plus Charisma, if I recall.
Yep. So you get a whole lot of such and so is out right now. Please contact later.
Well, shoot, you'd figured people would actually keep their phones on at night. Don't know what they're missing.
God,
While I'm striking out there, I'm going to also give my my bookie friend a call that was going to be looking into things, see if she ever found out anything.
I forget what she was looking in for.
She was looking for strange odds on our match. Sonata Accio.
Right. So it's been long enough that yes, she has gotten some information. So whoever was doing it did a good job of hiding who the transactions were coming from, but there were a whole lot of bets going that you guys were going to lose that match, and not much going on in the other direction. Given the tonnage of the match, you guys were heavily favored going into it. But because bookies don't want to lose their shirts, if there's a whole lot of betting going on, that will tend to change the odds. And there were at least three groups or individuals who are betting heavily on the Chateau Mech Warriors, and they're all coming out of New Texas. Like, the bets were all coming out of New Texas. Yeah.
I asked her, do you know if any of those made it all the way back to the Bulls, or was there some other place that these might have been coming from?
She goes, I don't have anything from the Bulls, but you guys familiar with the outfit?
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Well, somebody there might know because a bunch of their IPs linked to their a bunch of bets came from them.
Awesome. That's some pretty juicy intel. I hope you can use it to make a little coin on the side.
She laughs. Already have.
That's my friend.
All right. Morena, what are you doing other than just listening to the music in the background?
Probably listening to the news if anything special happens, and not really doing any.
So news. There is a breaking news story coming over the air. Valkyrie's stable attacked by NSI agents. At least 3 dead found on scene. Police have the situation under control. And like there's a interview with a police officer on scene, like outside the police cordon. Like in the background, you guys see probably an urban mech and a grasshopper and a crusader like walking around outside of your building. And yeah, there's like 3 APCs, couple of ambulances. Like the cameraman gets a picture of a body bag being loaded onto an ambulance, and the police officer saying, "Yeah, everything's under control." Unsure who in the stable is we can't confirm if anybody in the stable was hurt until like next of kin have been notified. And like on and on about like whenever there's a big police to do, like the stuff you're getting from them.
They told like 3 dead.
Yes, like the police have confirmed at least 3 dead, but the bodies have not been identified.
Right. Okay.
Arnstein, do you
Yeah.
still have access to the cameras at the stable?
I have access to at least one.
Give me your hacking roll, please.
Yes.
10.
You
I know
can.
I've got access to is the jury-rigged webcam at my apartment.
So, you actually can get from there. You can hop out into the rest of the cameras, without too much work with the 10. Yeah.
Okay, hurry. Before you look at anything else, look at my room. Is the arm gone?
There are no official webcams in your guys' rooms.
That would be
Yeah.
very weird.
There's no official ones, but yeah, come on. You all know they're there.
You're not finding any cameras in anybody's rooms other than yours, Arnstein.
Damn it.
So what you see, like your door is wide open, Arnstein, and your room has been tossed. Quick look of it, doesn't look like anything's been stolen, just everything's been thrown around. And panning through, like, all of the rooms to all of the apartments are open. A couple of them have like stuff trailing out from the inside. There's a couple police officers moving through like the common area, opening up fridges, just leaving the fridge doors open. It looks like Tai's door had a breaching charge placed on it because it is just gone. And the back, like, there's a camera here. I'd go ahead and pop you guys back over to here. There's a camera like in this room here pointing towards her door. And there's just wood shrapnel visible on the far wall of that room. I'm
gonna get blamed for that one.
The conference room here has been tossed, but it doesn't look like they got into the secure
Sorry.
weapons thing. There are a bunch of police swarming over the mechs. And oh my goodness, sniper.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, it's fine. like looks like they have a couple of mech warriors, judging by the they're wearing the cooling vests, like climbing in and out of the cockpits. You're not sure exactly what they're doing, but like every place that has a camera in it that has furniture has been tossed, and the ammo bay up here, there's like two uniformed but not in like the combat armor. So most of the police officers walking around through here are wearing like full combat kit out. There's two officers up in the ammo area. They've got like data pads, and they are looking through the ammo supplies there. You're thinking audit. And let's see, the two other vehicles, the two other stable vehicles are not here. Judging by the sounds of squealing, you're pretty sure they pulled out. Somebody took them, but whether it was the Tai or one of the other mech warriors, you're not sure.
Oh,
Okay.
Everything. Wherever.
But we don't see any blood anywhere.
No. It does not look like there was anybody shot here. Unless it was in one of the places that doesn't have cameras on it, like bathrooms or your apartments. That said, that you guys did see, like, Marina did see somebody being carried out in body bags.
So I wonder what they loaded up in the body bags.
It's a little too small to fit the arm in there.
Yeah.
I mean, if
So-
they wanted, they probably could just try and escort the entire Big Macs out there on truck.
No. Ugh.
I'm gonna go over to the bar again and pick up the next round.
Okay. You pick up the next round. Another 50 C bills to get your drinks for 10, I suppose. It's five C bills a beer.
Yep, I'll give him a similar tip. Give him 100 total.
Okay. He is loving his work tonight. At this point, two of the rooms that were not occupied now are, and the room that was occupied is no longer occupied.
I'm going to go out to the bar. And I'm going to go chat up the bartender for a minute.
Okay.
Obviously, we're probably one of his better patrons tonight.
Yep.
I'm going to pull out like a 20 or 25, whatever the C-bill equivalent is right there.
Yeah,
about
a
that
20.
much. Yeah. And I'm like, can I borrow your cell phone for a minute?
Guy's like, yeah, sure, man. He hands you his cell.
Okay. All right. I walk back into the room for it. With it.
Okay.
Do we have... actually, I want to call the bar. Our bar that we go to all the time.
Okay.
I thought I had one of the bartenders' names.
We can say you do, but I don't remember it. If you do.
I have the bar owner's name. I don't have the... I'm going to call the bar and ask for one of the regular bartenders.
Okay. They're like, speaking.
Yeah, hey, so I was wondering if any of the guys from Valkyrie Stable are down there drinking tonight.
No, man. You're like the third person who's called and asked about that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know. Some some police officers have stopped in and everything. I don't know. Is something happening?
Well, I'm just trying to get track of some of my buddies. They kind of owe me a little bit of money, and it seems like I can't get a hold of them.
Well, good luck. You should see the tab they rolled up, but they got rolled up here. If you can squeeze your money out of them, can you squeeze some out for us?
Yeah, sure. How much? What's their bill looking like?
He does a quick thing. It's like 500 C-bills.
Okay, so 10% for me. You get the rest.
Hey man, that sounds amazing. If you can get it,
Perfect.
if you can get them to pay up their bill, that would be better than we've been getting for months from them.
Sounds good. Just keep this phone number on speed dial, and we'll see what we can do for you.
He's like, yeah, thanks, man.
Okay, I hang up. I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself.
You're gonna make me broke, man.
Hey, we get some of the. I got 10% knocked off our tab, okay? Because I'm the one that makes it pay it. We're good. I'm gonna shut the phone off.
Give me a straight intelligence roll for a second, please.
Intelligence?
Yes.
You mean the lack of? So I'm gonna get a 0 again. Is that
Sure.
what we're going for?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. How do I roll the straight intelligence?
2d6 plus your stat.
Oh.
The last time you heard, the tab was running around $3,000. Somewhere hovering between $3,000 and $4,000.
Okay. That's what I thought. Okay, so I'm gonna shut the phone off. Go back out to the bartender. It says
Shut
just
it
keep the
off?
phone off. Yeah, I'm gonna shut it off. I'm gonna actually turn the power off, take the battery out, whatever I have to do, make it so it's dead.
Yeah, you could no problem. You can turn it off. No.
I don't want to break the guy's phone. I just want it off for the rest of the night.
Right.
I go out there, I hand it to him, said, "Hey, just keep the phone off. I'm sorry, whatever phone call you get in the next couple of days. Just realize you might get paid for it."
All right, man. You guys are weird, but you know what? I ain't asking any questions. As you
That's why we like you.
paid him
What's your-
$120 in tips.
What's your name? What's your name?
Sure. Make me name my NPCs. We'll go with no.
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 Okay.
No. His name is not No.
His name is not No?
Not no. Okay. What?
I'm sorry.
That's
Missing no?
Jameson Moore.
God, sounds like some nights I've had. Sorry.
Okay, that took me a second.
Yeah.
All right. What you guys doing? It is after midnight at this point. It's been a long day.
We need a place to crash.
Hotel in the part of town.
Cash only, no questions.
That's my thought.
Wait, does cash actually exist?
Oh yeah, it's paper money. Depending on where you're at in town, paper C-bills will get you kind of screwed. But everybody takes them. Not everybody takes credit cards. Especially in the part of town, cash is king.
Got it. Well, off we go.
All right. Just looking for like a coffin motel or actual rooms or Like coffins, motel, hotel, or fancy. So motel.
Arnstein was thinking motel because sharing a room and keeping watch.
Right. So for perspective, coffin rooms are basically just a bank of rooms that each have an individual bed and pretty much nothing else. A motel is usually a single story, sometimes 2-story building where all of the rooms open up into like the parking lot. And a hotel is a multiple story building, usually where one to 3-story building, well, 1 to many story building, where all the rooms instead open up into a hallway.
Motel or hotel, so we can get a large-ish room for all of us.
Motel with good avenues of approach and egress, I guess.
Yeah. That's what I thought too.
Okay. Somebody give me a intelligence plus knowledge roll
Oh, definitely not me.
to find some place you think is good.
Intelligence, what? No?
No. Anybody can.
Oh, okay.
I say, it's kind of strange. You'd think that Caleb would know these things.
Yeah.
Morena, you just north of Fudamoto or Fudamano, you guys you know of a place. I'm gonna go with you went out on a date with somebody and they tried to take you back there and you noped out of the situation when you saw where they were taking you.
I guess it's good enough for this.
Yeah, it looks like it's a real good place if you're yes. So it's just north of Fudamono. It wasn't an hourly motel. It was just not a great one.
It's fine if you're with people you trust.
Yes.
As we get there, do you recognize the guy you went on the date with as we're get close to the hotel or the motel?
Give me a luck roll. Just 1d20, Marina.
The closer to 1, the more likely.
Probably.
So really good luck. Yeah, you don't recognize any of the people working here.
Thank God.
Who wants to go negotiate our room?
Arnstein just walks into the lobby, hits the
Okay. Like
motel bell.
older lady, Japanese heritage. Like she is probably 4'9" and somewhere between 100 and 500. I mean, not literally, but wrinkly skin, silver shot through hair. She walks up and she goes, in Japanese, good evening, how may I help you? And waits to see if you actually respond in Japanese.
Can I hear this from outside?
He will respond in broken Japanese, but ask for on the way in. I would have looked for the most tactically useful room and ask for if that one's available.
Give me your knowledge plus intelligence for your tactics. Okay.
I'm gonna reroll that.
Oh, come on.
There we go.
All right, so you ask for one of the rooms on the end. It has 2 windows in it. or windows on on an extra side compared to most of the rooms. And she responds back in much slower Japanese, seeing how you're giving her broken Japanese. And it is what was the Kurita currency that we ended up going with?
Ryu?
RYU?
Correct.
Yep.
It is 1,000 Ryu a night.
So 2 C-bills?
It's 10 to 1.
100 sea bills.
And it is 100 or 120 C-bills a night.
Arnstein's just gonna put 150 and in the broken Japanese explain sorry for the but I don't have Ryu, and say arigato gozaimasu.
She responds, I don't know my brain refuses to feed me the Japanese is basically you're welcome. And she basically rings up the check, gives you a receipt and a key card to enter the room. It's a swipe card.
Yep. Take it and just head out. Just whisper the room up on the corner to the rest of the gang.
So this motel is 2 stories. It's actually 2 buildings, kind of like on the opposite sides of a parking lot. You guys are on the first floor, room 15. So first floor, furthest on in this building away from the manager's office. The other side has 16 rooms. So basically every floor except the first has 16 rooms per aisle.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of do a walkabout. Walk around the perimeter, see if I see anything that's. I mean, obviously there's gonna be something sketchy going on, but sketchy out of the ordinary type of sketchy.
Notice plus wisdom.
Come on, 0.
Nothing jumps out at you.
Okay.
The room has 2 twin beds. Not 2 twin, 2 full beds. I'm gonna say smaller than a queen, but bigger than a twin. Bigger than the twin. Yeah, 2 full beds. There is a small flat panel TV that is bolted to the wall, and pretty sure it is. You would need special tools to get it off of the wall. Small bathroom, small kitchenette. There is a mini fridge that says, by opening up this fridge, you agree to an additional 50 ryu charge to your check. Everything is labeled in Japanese.
Do we see any sign of camera or recording devices or?
There were out in the parking lot. And some sort of investigation roll to let me see. Probably notice plus intelligence.
Why do I keep rolling this stuff?
I don't know, because you ask.
I know. Oh, there we go. It's not bad.
You are unable to find any cameras or any similar things in this room. And there's a window in the back in like the kitchenette. There is a window to the. Basically, there's three sets of windows in this room. There's a window in the back, a window to the, call it north, and a window to the east, and on the or sorry, west, and on the west side is where the door entering the room is.
Arnstein's gonna grab one of the chairs, one or the chair.
One.
Flip it towards, so it's back towards a corner facing the two windows, and just gonna plop down and put the pistol in between his legs and the side of the chair. Just be be vigilant.
Right. You guys gonna crash out for the night?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Caleb, do you have got any more fun-loving texts from our benefactor? Have you?
Nope, I haven't. Phone's been quiet. I think that's all the excitement we need for tonight.
Yeah, I've had enough for today.
I'll take first watch. Just get some rest, guys. Just posts up and just listens.
I'm gonna
Alright.
pass out in the bathtub.
Spell me. I'll spell you when you're starting to get droopy. Just kick me and I'll get up.
Gotcha.
Same
I'll
thing.
crash
here,
down on one of the beds.
All right. Everybody who is taking a watch, I want to know. I want a notice plus wisdom roll, and just I want to know who gets the highest one.
I think everyone is taking marches in turn, right?
Yeah.
10 is the highest from Caleb.
All right, Caleb, join me in the sideboard, please. So,
What sort of goodies do we have?
so while you are on watch, couple of things you notice. First things first is there is a fairly large amount of activity in this hotel after about probably you were going to take second watch, so that's probably in the order of like 3 a.m. So like 3 to 4 in the morning ish time. There's just a whole lot of people pull in, stuff happens, people pull back out. And you do notice at one point out the north window, you can kind of see a street, and you see a police patrol car pull past in like a very slow patrol method. They don't have like a searchlight or anything, but they're definitely going way under the speed limit as they pull past. But
They're not pulling into the parking lot or anything like that.
They don't pull into the parking lot. And this activity is like a bunch of people show up, something happens, and then they kind of like, you're not sure if they disperse into rooms or if they disperse out. Like, if you look out carefully, you see there's a bunch of cars in the parking lot now, but they pull in, in the 3 a.m. range.
All right.
Do you have any questions for me on what, like, do you have anything that you want to know that I
Sure. Are there any markings on any of these cars? Any similarity, like all the same model or anything that would tie them together?
They are a bunch of late model, say 1 to 3 year old, 2-door or 4-door sedans.
So something nicer than you'd see typical at a place like this.
Yeah, nicer than you'd see typical at a place like this, and they're not like upscale. They're not like, they're Hyundais and Toyotas. They're not like Beamers and
Yeah.
But they are definitely newer than you would expect at this sort of place.
See from where I'm at whether they go into the rooms or if they just, walk away.
You can't really see from where you're at without like opening up a window and or going out into the like out of the room.
And I didn't catch. Did you say that the cop did pull into the parking lot or that he went on by?
So the cop he didn't go on a street that was connected to this parking lot, and he drove on by, but he was driving very slowly. All right, let's
Yep.
get any more questions for me, or is that
Nope, that's it.
okay? Back into the. All right.
And we're all dead.
Who was on the last watch? Say the after 8 a.m. watch.
Do it in the order we rolled in, maybe? I don't know.
It was either me or Marina. I either took third or fourth watch, so one of us two.
Odds
After-
Odds is Bob and evens is Marina. Roll for it.
There you go.
There you go.
Bob roll.
Yeah, Bob roll.
Evens.
Even
Marina.
so, Marina, about 9 in the morning, because you guys are all just beat. There is a roar of an engine and a crash out in the street to your guys' south, let's call it.
Is there a window in that direction? And can I peek like next to the window?
No,
That's
that is the direction of basically the rest of the units.
Okay.
But the rest of you, that is enough to wake you up, especially since your nerves are probably just a little shot.
I go to the window, closest window.
Yep.
I look through it.
You see a parking lot about half to 3/4 full of, I guess you'd call them family sedans.
Okay. I'll make sure.
With people getting out, or
No, just
Just
the cars in the
parked.
parking lot.
I'll
Parking
make
lot
sure to
basically
gear
filled up
again.
while you guys were here.
So guys, we just going? Where are we going? Just keep moving, or
Yeah, I don't think we want to stick around here, but we got to be careful. I think they're still looking for us.
I want
Yeah.
to shoot a message to Tai just saying hi.
meanwhile I'll shuffle everybody out the door and just go throw the key card in the returns pocket or whatever.
Okay, so Marina, you get a response of, "Hey, where are you guys?"
Don't answer that.
I'll respond. I didn't let you know. I respond with, "We are safe. How about you?"
Yeah, I'm fine. I think the police will let us back into the building this afternoon.
Does that seem like it's actual Tai? She spells.
Give me. What language do you usually speak with her in?
Probably Japanese.
Okay. So Japanese has kind of there's a cadence to how people speak Japanese. And how formal there is a formality or lack thereof, and it makes a difference on what like kanji kana they use to do messages in.
Google Translate is usually very formal.
So yes, you don't think this is somebody, and like translated like this is a native speaker speaking to you, but the diction is wrong.
It's less speaking an officer to their underlings than it's something else more.
Hey, ask
You mean,
her.
right?
Hey, tell her that I will repaint her door to get that letter Z off of her door when we get back.
Did you look over my shoulder?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were telling this to all of us. My bad.
I'll
My bad.
probably at some point say that this seems off and then show it to you guys. But
Okay. Do you send the message that Bob suggested?
yeah, seems smart.
She goes, yeah, he owes me one for that, and it's in an informality that you've never heard from her. She's moderately formal, but like this is very informal language, and saying something along the lines of, yeah, he owes me one for that.
Yeah, this doesn't seem right, Bob.
Nope, it's not. It was letter B I put on her door. Let's get the hell out of here.
Could I get Arnstein to give me a knowledge plus intelligence roll, please? Honestly, Caleb, give me it as well.
All right.
Arnstein, you are certain that if this phone, the phone that Marina sent this message to, is not in police custody, or in, well, if this phone is in police custody, that they could turn on basically GPS location on Marina's phone without Marina knowing it.
Do you tell me this?
And there's a couple of ways to get around that, but
Yes, I tell the guys when we're turning a corner about the tracking issue, and I'll suggest one of 3 or 4 possible ways to bypass that feature.
as you guys leave this place, you look out, and in the street in front of this place, basically going past, there's one of these probably 3-year-old 4-door sedan, and it is just wrecked into a patrol car, like they hit front corner, like the driver's side corner hit the passenger side corner in just the right way to disable both vehicles. And currently there is a uniformed police officer that is like talking into their like little radio on their shoulder, and there is a fairly small Japanese man. He's wearing like a sleeveless shirt and slacks, and he is got a cell phone in his hand. He's just yelling this litany of Japanese so fast that anybody who isn't a native speaker has trouble keeping up with it. Bob, you absolutely can. I think, Caleb, do you have the language thing too?
I don't think so, no.
Okay. So, Bob, you can keep up. Arnstein, you can catch a few words. Morena, are you a native speaker?
Not native, but I did spend a significant time with people that spoke Japanese.
So you can probably pick up as much as Arnstein. This guy's rant is something along the lines of, police officers were just pulled right out in front of me. Can't believe they're so reckless. So you guys slip out of the room, head off toward the north. Get everybody to give me a notice plus wisdom roll, please.
Question.
Answer.
The Japanese man.
Yes.
Did he look familiar?
He. So, Caleb, you get it. Arnstein, no. To answer your question, he does not look familiar to you. So, Caleb, you notice this guy is tatted up on his left side.
That explains a lot. I fill him in and say, hey, you see that car? How it's all the same as the ones in the parking lot? I think we've got some help.
You know what? I think you're right. And knowing about Marina's phone, Marina, if you don't mind, toss it into one of the vehicles. I bet the door's unlocked. Just toss it in one. Walk by,
Sure.
open the door, and toss it in one.
I'll make sure to put any data I need on like a stick that I can carry with me.
Yep. Absolutely can. Or you probably just pop the equivalent of the SD card out of the phone and keep a hold of it and toss the phone into. So yeah, strangely unlocked. The back door of this like 3-year-old. It's got all the bells and whistles, but just looking at it, you wouldn't notice that. Car.
I'm gonna look inside a couple of them, just as I'm walking by. Do I see anything like supplies?
No supplies. You do notice like they all have top-in sound systems. The wheels have like really grippy tires on them.
Are there keys in any of them as we're walking by?
Strangely enough, the last 4-door on this side of the parking lot has a set of keys in it.
So I'm going to toss my phone into a different one and then say, ditch the phones, spread them out.
Yep.
Let's hop in, get out of here.
Yep. Do the same thing.
Okay.
Arnstein's probably the one of us four that's keeping his phone because his one's rooted.
Arnstein, give me. No, you've been rolling well enough. You've got a. I'm gonna say you have or know how to make within just a couple of quick bits basically a Faraday pouch.
Jammer.
Yeah. Also, could you do it with a little more time? Just program out the
GPS.
GPS function at all because he doesn't use it.
So even without that, they could still track it a little bit as long as it has a SIM card in it, just because of how cell works. But but you can either pop the SIM out and you don't have any other GPS, or you could keep the SIM in it and then have it in like a Faraday pouch.
Got him. Pop the SIM for now, but as far as I know, Ornstein hasn't communicated with any of the stablemates in the last.
Yeah, no. If you
Couple
have a
of weeks.
connection, if you have a connection to a cell tower, they know your number is connected to that cell tower, and if you have at least 3 cell towers, they can kind of like.
Right. So
Yeah.
pulling the SIM, I'm gonna say, is going to be good enough. As long as he's not actively using, like turning the phone off and pulling the SIM is good enough to
Right.
to prevent tracking. All right, yeah, you guys pull out. Despite the fact that there's at least 3 people in this motel, like watching the argument and watching the parking lot, nobody seems to really care that you guys are pulling out in one of their in somebody's vehicle who's obviously not yours.
All right, just going to pull into traffic and keep moving at least for a little while.
Full
See
tank.
if I can watch for tails, that sort of thing.
Full tank of gas. Like, this thing is driving for a little bit. This thing has like a sport suspension in it. It, like, the tires are super grippy. This thing is if it had a bunch you would think it was a street racer if it had like the fancy wrap and a spoiler on the back, an aftermarket spoiler on the back. But it obviously can't be a street racer because it doesn't have a spoiler on it. It's just a nice family sedan.
It's a sleeper.
Yep. Somebody make note of this car that you guys have.
I'm gonna start going through it. Is there a burner phone? Do I find like anything, any contact information, a burner phone?
No. So the inside of this thing is clean. There's the like user manual in the thing, and there is an insurance card like underneath the visor.
Whose name's on the insurance card?
The name is John Smith. But Japanese. It's Smitho Johnson or something. I don't know how to properly do the language, but it's literally a loan word of John Smith, but in Japanese.
Yeah. Imagine like gas stations, they sell burner phones, right?
You can find a gas station with burner phones real easy. They have them everywhere. Call them.
Okay,
Yeah.
And I imagine we're all probably getting a little hungry.
Yeah, it's been like there was no food or offer of food service in the motel, and it's probably 10:30 in the morning, 10:30 somewhere in there.
All right, I'll look for a station that's likely to have what we need and pull in.
Yeah, no problem. Quick, 10-minute, 15-minute drive. You guys find a quick stop type station, pull in. They've got, hot dogs from last night on the rollers. They've got breakfast sandwiches, heat and eat type thing. They got a whole end cap of, free yourself from contracts. Just a bunch of cell phones, basically cell phones and a cell card, like the little pre-purchase minute cards.
I'm gonna buy 6 of them.
Okay. 6 phones and 6 of the minutes cards.
Yes.
All right. Probably call it 20 C-bills per minutes card and 50 C-bills for a very, very basic internet phone.
So 300 for the phone and
180 for the minutes cards.
okay, so that would bring me down
480.
Okay. And then a 6-pack of beer as well.
Yep. The flip phone equivalent, the feature phone would be half that cost if you wanted to get some of both.
Let me get 3 of the good ones and 3 of the cheap ones.
Sure.
Arnstein's gonna get one of the flip phones, just the phone.
Okay. Yep.
And that was 35 question mark.
25. This place only takes C-bills. No Ryut.
When I get back to the car, I'm going to program 2 of them to speed dial one another, and they're on silent mode.
Okay.
So that if I have to, I can toss one somewhere, have it on, and listen to it on the other phone.
Sure,
kind
absolutely.
of like a makeshift little bug.
You absolutely can do that. No problem at all.
What's the traffic like around this gas station?
Nothing out of the ordinary.
How long would I need to wait to find a truck going past?
Box
Like a
truck
big
or
rig?
a semi, like an 18-wheeler.
Either?
Box truck
Oh.
probably in the hour range, and 18-wheeler, this part of town are unlikely to see one passing here this morning, at least.
Do we see anybody who's keeping an eye on us?
Wisdom plus notice.
And I'm gonna ask Caleb to keep an eye out for a traffic light near an intersection that's busy enough to get big rigs.
Oh, basically driving around.
When we're driving around, if he sees one, just give me a heads up, and especially if there's a big rig already there.
All right.
Right.
Bob, you do not notice anybody like paying a special attention to you.
Okay.
All right, guys. I don't want to stick anywhere too long. Are we ready to get moving again?
Yeah, but we need a plan. We can't just be driving around town all day.
I'm all ears.
Well, we can't go back to the bar. They've been looking for us there. We obviously can't go back to pretty much anywhere. The only place I'm thinking that we might be able to go would be possibly Rand's house.
You want to go try and stake out the bowls, see if we get anything that way.
Could I think if we go to the ward I was part of, maybe if we could get some like overnight stays there, maybe
The where?
the ward that I helped out in like for a significant time.
Possibly. You're able to after not very long, you're able to find a major intersection. And you're able to find your semi, Arnstein.
Old SIM card in the flip phone. Turn it on. Do a dial to somewhere and shove it in the big rig. Just walking past and just hiding it somewhere on the semi.
I get you. Here's what I imagine happening. You can tell me if I'm wrong. So you can't really open up the big rig back because it's locked. But what I imagine happening is you buying a magnetic mount phone thing for your dashboard, and taking the cell phone, attaching it to said mount, and then throwing it somewhere relatively safe on the chassis of the big rig.
Yeah.
Okay.
Point being, an open line on the number they're likely monitoring,
Right.
going God knows where.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, you can. I'll give you that. That is a thing that you can do. Like, I'm not gonna make you roll for it. Okay, what's your guys' plan?
Well, let's drive by the bowls and see what we see.
All right, I'll head that way.
All right. Several hours driving later. You guys keep, paranoid looking all around, and like nothing jumps out at you. Like, you're not being, as far as you can tell, you're not being trailed. Like, you don't see extra police or anything. You guys pull around to the bowls, and give me a stealth plus dexterity, probably. Roll, whoever's got it best.
Would that be the sneak?
Sneak, yes.
A 0 for me.
-1, 0. Well, here.
-1 sneak and 0 dex. But
Yeah, that's not looking too good.
You know what? I'm gonna re-roll. I'm gonna use my one re-roll
Okay, go for it.
on this one.
Remember, you get rerolls refresh basically every scene.
Yeah, I'm gonna reroll too.
I don't have rerolls.
Only when we're fighting do I get to reroll things.
I see a
The
whole
same roll.
I see a whole lot of 7s there.
6, 7, yeah.
Yeah, we're right there. That's what it's meant to be.
Yep. All right, so you guys park the car somewhere, get out, or how do you want to do this? You want to just drive around this place for a while, or do you want to park the car or get out and like survey it, like maybe see
What's
if
the part of town like? Is there like a outdoor bar or something where we could somewhat inconspicuously be at a reasonable business and watch from there?
It's September in a temperate zone. It's a little cool, but there's probably a restaurant with outdoor seating nearish by.
Just like home.
It's not amazing doing the like if you guys go in there and ask for the outdoor seating, they're like, okay, but it's a nice enough day that's not like crazy that you're asking about it. But yeah, you can get a restaurant with outdoor seating somewhere you can sort of see the building.
I'm gonna order some drinks, some nachos, and I'm assuming that we left most of our arsenal in the car, which we can see from our location, right?
Whatever you
look.
guys want to have on you. Yep. Anything you want to leave in the car,
Okay.
go ahead. I'm just gonna hand wave that. You can
Okay.
have it
Got a
wherever you want it.
pistol hidden under his coats.
Because none of
Yeah,
you
I got-
none of you have like long guns that would really stand out. And
Well, I have my machine gun. I have the machine gun. I grabbed my arsenal when we
Submachine gun.
left.
yeah, you
Yeah,
have a
submachine gun.
submachine gun. That's like a
Yeah.
Uzi.
Yeah. So
It still hides under a coat, and it's cool
Okay.
enough that a coat is appropriate.
okay.
Like seeing people wearing pistols is not that uncommon on Solaris. Like that's not going to raise any real eyebrows. People walking around with long guns, a little more. Depends on where you're at. This place is I would say a semi-industrial zone. Quite a bit less well traveled than Valkyrie is. Quite a bit less, like street traffic, foot traffic going around. It's a little closer toward. It's not at the edge of town, but it's like in that direction. Bunch of like factories. We'll say it's noon-ish. People in the restaurant seem to be like the office workers from a factory. Like they're wearing polo shirts and blue jeans, and one person pays for a table of like 3 or 4 people, sort of thing. Or everybody, like split checks, a lot of split checks around too. Okay, so give me I want to know how you're observing this building, and give me basically you can choose a skill and a stat to roll on watching this building. And I want to know your thought behind why you're using that skill and stat.
Can I use a foci?
Yeah.
I have the sniper foci, which basically means studying targets.
Okay, let me scroll back to where you posted that, because
There. Mostly it's for mortal shots, but
okay, what I will give you for that, give me a shoot plus intelligence roll. and that will let you track people. Like,
9. Why do I keep rolling 6 plus 1?
well, that's a really common roll on 2d6. Really, anything that gets you a 7 is the most common. A 9. Okay, so as you're watching this place, there are more. Well, no, it's noon on a Friday. You like see the lunch crowd like text roll out. They must not have kitchen facilities in their place, or break room facilities like so much. A bunch of looks like techs and Aztecs roll out of the stable right around lunchtime. And it's like, let me get a quick. It's like 45 or 50 people roll out of here. They look, but they're like wearing coveralls, and a lot of them have grease on them, and very much look like Tex and Aztecs. And there's a fair amount of foot traffic when that happens. They're going by. There's a like food truck across the way from them, or across the way from the building that most of them go to. All right. What do you do? Next person.
All right, I'd like to do connect plus charisma,
Okay.
and I'm watching anybody that goes in or out of the building to see if I recognize anybody or recognize somebody that looks familiar. I guess really what I'm looking for.
Okay. Go for it. You don't see anybody you personally like. You don't see any of your multiflorous contacts go in and out. You do see standing by the front door for quite a length of time, 2 mech warriors from the Bulls. They are standing around and they're just chatting, as far as you can tell from where you guys posted up. You can't hear anything. They can't hear any conversation or anything. But yeah, there's just 2 of their mech warriors are just standing by the front door chatting, as this flood of people comes out to eat lunch and then floods back in. All right, so next person.
Okay. I'm going to kind of go the other direction.
Okay.
I'm going to kind of make my way around to like the bar.
Sure.
And find, if there's people who are kind of willing to talk, ask them, what, kind of new in the area, looking possibly for, some work, wondering if any stalls, or anybody's looking for work, or, have a little bit of a mechanical experience, a little bit of fast talking.
Sure.
Type of thing.
Go for it.
So talking. Oh, wait.
What's the +1 from?
From Diplomat.
Ah, fair enough.
Or by talking.
Sorry,
I should...
Go, huh?
I was going to say, I should have said something before I put it on there, but yeah, my apologies.
Okay. That's fine. So you chat up somebody at the bar and get out of them that the Bull stable is, they're always recruiting new guys. They're really looking for more mech warriors. They like, for whatever, this guy's like, yeah, they got like 50 mech warriors on the roster, and they're still looking for more of them. I don't know what they're doing with them all, and maybe it's in case somebody gets injured. I don't know. But they are always looking for more mech warriors and more techs. And all you got to do to get hired pretty much is, make up a thing says where you where you learned how to, swing a wrench, and or which battlefields you've been on if you're a mech warrior, and walk in the door, and I haven't heard them turning anybody down.
Okay, when he says 50 plus, how many does Valkyrie have?
I just did a count and now I've lost it.
12?
Oh,
Yeah, I thought it was just 12.
you guys have 12 mech warriors. 15, not 50.
Oh, 15. Oh, okay. Okay. So not outrageous amount, not like they have extra mechs just laying around type of thing. Okay.
No, and the bulls are only supposed to have 12 mechs on hand. So like it's real odd for a stable to have more mech warriors than mechs. A lot of times with the stables around your guys' size, they'll be down a mech warrior or two, because mechs are expensive, but they're like, maintenance costs and relatively cheap to just have on hand. People are a lot of money each month going out the door, especially if they're not fighting. So one mech warrior might fight in multiple mechs depending on what's going on in their matches. So it's out of the ordinary that they have more mech warriors on their roster than they have a stable of mechs.
That's all I kind of get out of that whole thing was. Okay.
They are always hiring, and it pretty much any sort of credentials that seem believable or at all will get you hired.
Okay. I'll just move down the bar and keep talking to people.
Sure.
Nothing too serious, just...
Arnstein.
Question.
Answer.
Likelihood of getting reception on some sort of wireless network or connectivity?
From... You guys rolled not great on your stealth, which I am taking to be basically you had to be further away, otherwise somebody might notice you rather than... You're unlikely to be able to attach to any of the wireless networks for the bulls from here. Maybe if you had like a high gain antenna set up, but that's like a thing that would look weird.
Yep. Just struggling to figure out which skills I want to use.
I mean, if all else fails, just observation would be notice plus wisdom.
Yeah. Just gonna. I can't think of anything else that I'm kind of really good at.
Okay.
Not even good at that.
Nothing strikes you as out of the ordinary here.
Just people going to lunch and going back.
Yep. Like an hour later, the waitress comes out, hands you guys your check. This place is outrageous. They charge almost twice in C-bills as what they charge in stars. Like, just doing a quick mental conversion in your head, it's about half the cost to pay in C-bills as it is in stars. Figure $9 a plate for this food in stars, or nine C-bills a plate if you were to convert from the star C-bills, so it's like 18 C-bills a plate.
I'm going to go up to our waitress with the bill and go like, hey, we're new here. We don't have stars. Is there anything I can, do to make the price reasonable? Do you have an exchange rate yourself? I might be able to, sleep you some C-bills for some stars.
Charisma plus talk, please.
Do I get to do my +1 on this one as well?
Can you pop up diplomacy? I want to
Yeah,
just quick read through it.
Let's see where.
Or if you can give me a page number. Diplomat, you know how to get away. Personal negotiations. Do you have it at level 2?
Nope, I'm at level 1 right now.
All right, so reroll 1s on any skill check dice related to negotiation so I would give this a negotiation. Okay. So I don't know where you get the I don't see a +1 in that, but
I thought there was a +1.
No.
So
okay, just give
my apologies. So the other one.
Yeah, get talk plus charisma and reroll if you get a 1 until you don't get a 1. So that's 9. She like rolls her eyes a little bit and out of her tip money she's got on her, she makes you change so that you can pay in stars. She gets 5 extra. She gets she asks you for a bigger tip though.
That is fine with me.
So yeah, she makes change.
Okay. So the total bill would be
4 times 9 plus tip.
All right, I'll give her 50.
Works. Sounds right.
Okay.
36 is the bill, so 50 is a nice tip.
Yep. That's still way cheaper than.
Yeah.
All right.
The expensive way was 72.
Yeah, plus tip.
Plus tip.
Could I get everybody to give me a notice plus wisdom roll as you guys are finishing up supper?
You mean lunch?
Lunch, yes. Sorry, the midday meal. Caleb and Marina. You guys have been on TV enough, like your pictures are fairly well known. You're starting to get just a little bit noticed by people around you. Like the whole not knowledge plus wisdom, notice plus wisdom.
Oh, my bad.
I was gonna say, just you got a 9.
Sorry, I was paying attention to what you were saying,
yeah,
and I forgot to hit submit. So,
yeah, so everybody but Arnstein, you guys notice that like you're, C level or B level celebrities. You know what it's like when somebody in a crowd says, "Hey, is that?" and then the murmur starts of, "I don't know that. I don't think it's that person. Is it that person?"
Time to leave, I think.
Yep,
Yeah,
I think you're right.
Huh, what?
Arnstein, get your head up out of that phone. It's time to go.
Okay.
All right, you guys get in your car, no problem, drive off. It is 1:30-ish, maybe 2 o'clock.
Hey, Bob, would you mind driving this time? I need to make some more calls, see if I can get this story to the media. I'm going to try my contact list again.
Okay, and I will drive, and unless there's any objections, I'm going to start heading towards Rand's house.
Go for it. All right, give me your connect roll, please. Charisma plus connect. The I know a guy roll. 9.
Better than last time.
You don't get 2 places, but you do get 1. You have a contact in BSBC that returns your call. And they're like, hey, how can I help you? Did you give them who you are, or just that
No, I haven't. I haven't given him a name.
Okay, I gotta do this. I need a name for this person. Generate name. Hey, this is Aubrey Daniel. This is Aubrey Daniel at BSBC. How can I direct your call?
Hi, Aubrey. You probably don't recognize my voice, but we've known each other for a while. I can't give you
Hey,
my name right now, but
Caleb, is that you?
oh, Jiminy Christmas. I
Hey.
can't give you my name right now, but I have something for you.
Hey, did you guys know your stable got hit? No, they're not letting us know who died. Who died? You gotta give me that. Who got killed in the attack?
I don't know who you're talking about. I've never heard of Valkyrie Stable, but I do have information on a
Oh.
different story for you that you might find interesting.
Ooh, is it something juicy?
Oh, it's juicy, all right. I've got intel that ties one of the stables here in New Texas to NSI activity.
Ooh. Tad is real juicy. Okay. What I'm gonna do is, this is the sort of thing that's gotta go like on the night's news. I tell you what, are you willing to have a camera crew like come out and interview you and break the story on air, like live on air?
That would be a no.
Oh, okay. Well, if that's the case, are you willing to give one of our live on air people all of this information? Let them break it to everybody live on air.
You know, I really don't need my name on the byline.
Oh
so...
no. Your name wouldn't be on the byline. I look, you know, Ganymede's having fun, but she's like wants to be a better journalist than what they're putting her what they're doing with her, or sorry, doing with them. So I think Ganymede might be willing to just sneak this in one of her news segments.
Perfect.
Tell you what, if you can get they're gonna wanna verify with you where you got this information from. But I tell you what, why don't you and they and I meet up? And she pulls up like you can hear her tapping on her computer. Why don't we meet up Saturday noon at Mixed Nuts? Mixed Nuts is a great place. You guys are nearish there, right?
Saturday, huh? You can't get this in any sooner.
Well,
You know, there are other places that might want to break this story.
Give me a talk plus charisma.
Jiminy Christmas.
What day is it today? It's Thursday?
Yeah,
Friday.
it's Thursday.
Friday.
Or no, yeah, it's Friday.
Friday.
Oh, it's like, well, their schedule's already full today, and I don't know that I can get them off the air. And you can tell that Aubrey is fishing to pay you less at this point. There is a certain, like, you guys haven't actually talked about how much money, but your connection, you got a 9. Yeah, you know that this sort of story is worth a few hundred to a few thousand C-bills. And she is basically fishing to get you, like, a faster contact will get you on the lower end of that payment. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
She's trying to talk you down. Or you can wait until noon tomorrow to do the handoff, and she'll probably give you. Actually, she's like, well, it's real hard to get her out, and I have to pay her for her time, or sorry, them for their time, and that 3,000 that this sounds like it's worth. I don't know if I can really get that out of petty cash. My boss may not approve it, and yeah, she's just like,
Well, I wouldn't want you to have to, walk in front of your boss to get to the petty cash. So, a little time to find a better time to visit the cash drawer. I think we can make it work.
oh, sure. When do you want to meet?
How about tomorrow morning? There's a little restaurant near Chateau d'Escargot. Let's meet there instead. I don't like mixed nuts these days.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds great. Say 9 a.m.
That works.
Ganymede should be, yeah, she should be she's gone off the air at around 8 for her morning or for their morning show, and yeah, no, 9 o'clock. That's the oh shoot, I need a French chef's name. The Child's restaurant.
Les Enfants?
No, as in like Julia Childs.
Oh, I gotcha. I was like, you were looking for a French name. So.
No. Yes. No, it is Childs. It's like, I mean, they have classic TV. So yes. Never mind that Julia Child was never French, but she cooked anyway. Yes. At Childs. All right. So yeah, meet you there. 9 o'clock. They just are opening up too.
All right. That's the plan.
All right. So you hang up. You guys, everybody else heard one half of that conversation.
Arnstein's plotting on the compression on the data packet.
Okay. You've got it in the form that you could put it into, like, not USB, but like things you can plug into your phone, whatever they're called. SIM cards, not SIM cards.
SD cards.
SD cards. Thank you. That's the right word. You can get it onto a reasonably sized SD card, pretty easily.
Also, how long would it take to mail the equivalent of email that thing to Marco?
You're gonna have to connect to a his spam would probably kick it unless you went to your own email account, and that might be dangerous. Physical mail, like if you want to drop off while you guys are in New Texas, an SD card with the data on it, it would get there tomorrow sometime.
Yeah, I'll just when I'm out getting some SD cards, I'll get a prepaid bubble envelope to drop one of them in.
Sure.
Send off.
How many copies of this information are you making?
One for Marco, one for news. One stays on my phone.
It's probably on the order of 20 C-bills per SD card that'll hold this.
5.
Okay, go for it. 5 copies. Got it.
Yep. Don't know what I'm gonna do with all of them, but I've got 5 copies.
Yeah, and so yeah, you drop off one in the mail to Marco. You guys head to Rand's house. Again, driving across town relatively carefully. You are, like, you're not followed as far as you can tell. And pulling up into Rand's place, you guys get up. as you pull up, somebody walks over to the vehicle. As you guys pile out, Bob, they hold their hand out for the keys from you. Middle-aged gentleman. Wearing a jacket and pants.
Hey, Bob, did you have too many beers?
So I'm gonna hand him the keys.
Yep.
I imagine there's probably like a tattoo or something I see on like his wrist when I hand them to him.
Yeah, if you're looking for it, you can see something on him, tattoo somewhere.
Okay. I give him the a little bit of the half bow, tell him appreciate it. Hopefully we didn't cause you too many headaches.
He doesn't say anything to you. He gets in as you guys are all piled out, get all your stuff out, and he just drives the car away. And you are back in front of Rand's apartment. There were a bunch of buildings that had some fire damage. There's a bunch of construction going on. Her building was not affected. You guys, there was no damage or anything to her building.
Oh, right. This isn't the one that the missile blew through. That was a different apartment.
Correct. That was in Ayoma. That was over here. You guys are in Hazawa right now.
Yeah.
Arnstein's gonna mosey on up to the apartment and ring the doorbell.
Jotomate kudasai. You hear from the other side. And then Ran goes ahead and opens the door. Takes a look at, you guys are wearing the same clothes for a couple days. And she comes out, takes kind of a look you over, kind of gives just kind of gives you guys a look, and then opens the door and lets you guys come in. There is the shrine to her brother in her little off, just right off the entryway, like it was last time. The incense sticks are not burning currently, and it's her apartment.
I'm gonna go over and light one of the incense sticks.
Okay.
Arnstein is, as everybody's piling in, just gonna hang back at the door with Ran, and when everyone has passed them, dig in his pocket and pull out a Scorch RFID tag and hand to her.
She looks it over, turns it over in her hands a few times, and gives you a long, her face is relatively unreadable, but she recognizes it for her brother's key card, and she just gives you a look, and we will go ahead and end it there for the day. You guys are in, I will let you know, you guys are in a safe, for at least tonight, place to sleep. So unlikely to get attacked, or at least you feel safer than you had yesterday. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and end it there today. We will pick up in character. I don't know. We may actually pick up right there next time. Next time will be in 2 weeks from now. We'll be playing again with BattleTech. Next week we will be playing some Dungeons and Dragons. I hope to see you guys there at that time. Thanks everybody for watching. Bye.